Well boys, well girls, welcome back to Finnegan's Farm and welcome back to the YouTube channel. What's happening on the farm this week is we have a special guest. We have a crop update between our Brussels sprouts, spuds, winter wheat and our oilseed rape. And we also have a little story to tell about these girls here. Just before we get started on the video, just want to bring to your attention to subscribe to the channel. We're nearly at 16k, we're growing slowly, it's a great sign, and yeah, just hit that subscribe button and cost you nothing. It just means that we know you're following the channel and you also get notifications then when the video come out so that you miss none of them. So some of you would have seen the video about 3 weeks ago now, I'm guessing 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We put these girls up for sale. So these are our in-calf heifers. Now there is 9 in this pen in total, and yeah, it's a sad day. These 21-month-old babies are leaving us. They're being collected in the morning, so yeah, they are sold. But we do, however, have there's 12 more in-calf heifers in this pen here for sale, and then we also have a few heifers that we didn't put in calf. There was a smaller bunch, but they're also for sale for anyone that wants. So yeah, if you're looking for a few in-calf heifers, there are a few here for sale. I don't really know what's wrong with that one there, but she's fond of the tongue all right. Other than that, nothing has really changed. They're fed for the evening now, so they'll be happy. Jack was up here feeding, so yeah, that's all from the cattle end things. We'll flip over now, and myself, Alex and Dara, we're doing a bit of pest control, I would say. A bit of rabbit issues, so we'll head across to the field now. Myself and the apprentices Dara and Alex are walking away from me. We're in a field of rape here, but behind me, as you can see, there's not much of it. We've little furry friends known as the rabbits are eating away, having their dinner every single day here for the last month. So we had an electric fence in the sprout field because they were there too at the start of the year when we planted them, and we've taken that up and now we're just going to put it down here. So you can see behind me here, all down that side of the hedge as well, they've kind of eaten a bit. So basically all we're going to do is stop the rabbits coming in, because as you can see now, this would be a wet, sticky area of the field, and the trees certainly don't help because they're sheltering the sun coming in, but the rabbits definitely aren't helping it. So you can see there has been Alan and Hubble, I think we videoed them last year, putting up this kind of chicken wire. So yeah, we're going to put up this wire that we had in the sprout field when they were eating the sprouts last March, and put it up, stop them getting in, and hopefully then we might see a bit of regrowth, because as you can see the field just isn't itself in this corner, and as I said, the lodging and the shelter certainly isn't helping. Now up here, Darren sometimes uses this entrance for spraying, so we separated that. Now we will join them together, and then when Darren comes, all he has to do is take that down and put it back up so that he can get in. So yeah, we'll get cracking here and get it done, because it's not the nicest jobs in the world to do, but it has to be done. So we've the fence nearly up, we just have a little bit more to do down there, but just going to do a bit of a crop update while we're up here. Not that there's much a soil update maybe.
Yeah, it's not looking too good there.
No.
Now this is a crop of ambassador oilseed rape that was sown early September, first week in September. Came up fairly good. We actually ploughed it and we tilled it and sowed it, and it looked great when it came up. Unfortunately this field always suffers a little bit because we have a lot of burrows there. There's
actually a rabbit in there.
And you can see them, they are flying in and out, bobbing in and out. So what we've decided to do is, we've done this last year as well. Now, looking at the crop here, we could be a little bit late in doing some of it, but just going to put a fence around it, 3 strands of electric fence, and that just might deter them for a while. They've certainly been grazing in this area here, because as you can see, they've grazed it bare. You wouldn't imagine they would do that, but yeah, it's very hard to, when they get started, it's very hard to keep them out. We still have some rape, fairly pure crop now this field. There's no point saying any different. It just has been one thing after another. Even ground conditions have That bit there is not too bad, but on some of the headlands on the insides of the hedges it's very, very wet, and that probably didn't help it either. It really didn't emerge up. If that crop got up and it got strong, the probably rabbits wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, they wouldn't, and they wouldn't get to eat.
Yeah, so
as much.
Once they came in and started grazing it,
there's no growth at all, so there's no regrowth.
No, as you can see, the rape is quite strong in places, but in other places then there's not a whole lot there. I think this is the worst field. There's a block of about 40 acres here. We'll just tip into the next field and see how bad is it.
So here we are in another field. As you can see, we have a few lads are in checking the rape before us.
Yeah, I'd say deers, I'd say, yeah, maybe coming. Yeah, this field definitely, on first glance, definitely is an awful lot better. Thank God it's the biggest field of the four that's here. That's what it should be looking like.
Yeah, so you can see the headland now just wouldn't strike you as anything special.
No, it actually looks worse, Carl, but if you look down, I know there's a lot of grass weed coming through there, but there still is a lot of rape, and I've seen it before, even when it had been grazed so tight that it will come. Rape has a great ability to regrow again and get going, and that still will be fine. It's the bits there where there's actually nothing at all.
Yeah.
They obviously can't come back. So look, we will just have to wait and see what happens. It's too wet to go do anything wet. That headland is soaking. You'll hear the squelch there as I lift up. It's just completely sticky. Now this field here, there's a headland, we'll say, where there's no rabbits on it, and it's perfect. And the far side of the hedge, I presume, will be the same. It's just that they have burrows over on that far ditch and they're working their way over. Yeah, so we look this side as well, it's plenty good. And the rape on that headland, there's plenty of rape on it, so that will come back and that'll be fine. It's just that in that first field there, it's completely, and there's a spot down there, I don't know, maybe it doesn't look good either. So overall, probably disappointed. There's no point saying any different. Disappointed on the rape crop because it's always once, but it probably may surprise us later on when it gets up and running. But at the minute it just looks a bit on the sad side.
So the next crop we're walking is a crop of winter wheat. This field, you would have seen we'd done a good bit of videoing on this field. This is
first some of our early roosts over here, and we had our queens in here as well. So they were dug fairly early, and they were dug in fairly good conditions. That time of year wasn't too bad. Now we got it sowed after, which was a great job, and to be fair, it's probably one of our best looking crops we have, because the crop got established, went in good conditions. Now we do start to see a little bit of yellowing there, and that's really on the wheel tracks. So that's sour width is here. We've a bit of yellow there in between and a little bit there. It's just coming through on it. Now it will come out of it. I'm not going to panic too much about that, but it just goes to show you that the type of year it has been, and we have those 1050s on the big tractor on the 240, so we have great coverage on the ground, but still in all,
tiny bit of compaction.
Yes, a tiny little bit of compaction coming through, and you can see the corn just suffering a little bit. Now if we take it over to here to where the headland was, it's a totally different ball game altogether. So there was a few slugs at that as well, but it's mainly down to just such wet conditions. The crop hasn't got away, and as a result then this is far more wet compared to the established crop on the far side. So if you just compare the two of them, which are side by side here, you can see this is completely saturated, and then when we go up to the established crop, it's a hell of a lot firmer, and you'll probably see the root structure is developing away underneath that. Now it's still quite wet, don't get me wrong, it's still quite wet, but it's still 100 times better than what the headland is. So that's this crop. What have we to look at now? Look at our spud crop, which is not going to be pretty either.
So we've moved on now, and we're in our spud ground. Now this time last year were we finished?
Yep.
And we're still looking at a good few spuds here anyway. So
we've only probably just over 50% of the crop out, and we have we've a block of land here. There's 60 acres in this block here. Now I did try it a couple of weeks back. I done a run
3 weeks ago, was it?
3 weeks ago I done a run, and the harvester wouldn't travel, and that's what was left. So we got down so far, and I said that's enough of that. I had to reverse back, but it completely pushed the drill up onto the next drill. So I just had to abandon ship and get out of there as quick as I could. As a result, then it rained, and that's full of water.
Yeah.
But what we've had to do, Cathal, over here is that...
Yeah, we'll go over there now. We're now over in the far corner where we've done a bit of digging, but we weren't digging for spuds.
No, we're digging to see can we let some of the water go. As you can see, this is the sprayer track, and it was full of water, and it's the same over here. So what we've had to do is, there is a build-up of water in the drills, and we just had to come across with the track machine. It's not pretty, by no means, but it might just let some of the water go off the ends of the drills, and hopefully we've dug a track there into the ditch, and we'll just let the water tip off of that. Because if we look, if these potatoes are under, now there still could be some of them mightn't be great because they have been under water, but you can see the way the water is probably soaked away from that. If it hadn't, and then dig down, they ain't too bad there, but what would happen is it would probably rot, and you might see an odd rotten one in it. So that would be typical of what you'd have, complete rotten spud. At that stage then it's obviously no use. So ground is still very, very sticky. We would hope that in the next week or two we might get a small bit of an opportunity to get them dug. Forecast doesn't look so bad, but at the minute it's a no-go area. And there's huge losses here, especially when you look at the tramlines. That would have been full of potatoes at one stage. And not alone is it taking out the sprayer track, but it probably is taking out the track beside it. And we have a track in here, we also have potatoes on this one, and that one's gone as well. So that's typical of all over on this farm. We have gone to each corner there to see can we just take off some of the excess water that it just might let the field soak a little bit. But yeah, it's not looking too good, to be honest, and it's probably a bit disappointing there when you see the tracks here and all the good work that has gone into this there at the start of the year, and keeping it sprayed and keeping it blight free, and now we look at a situation where it's just that's a complete write-off there.
We leave a field that we can't harvest, we'll enter a field that we are harvesting. These are the beloved Brussels sprouts. Now we've this headland, we kind of left this because they're a bit smaller, they might grow a little bit more. The buttons just need to
mature,
put a bit of size, but over here is where probably the best of the sprouts are, and we're just harvesting them at the minute. Hope a week and a half now we'd be
going to wipe it out,
wipe this field out, and then we have another spot up the road that hopefully when the Christmas push comes we can move into that, and then that'll be us staying put there and get through them rather than being over and back the road.
Yeah, so they look quite clean. Down to the bottom might be a few ones at the very bottom, but the harvester will be coming up a little bit anyway, and they look good enough. It probably just has got the fact that it has been raining means that, you know, we've got out and we're able to harvest them. Harvesters probably travelling a little bit better. They are above the ground, so we're not dealing with anything under the ground. Now what we've harvested then, John B has ploughed the bit then that we've done is just probably better. It soaks it down. There's an awful lot of tops, a lot of green foliage on the ground there, and they can get all filled with water. As you can see, an awful lot of leaves and that are left after, and you can see how wet that gets underneath that. So
yeah, it's better just to get it in under the ground, let it decompose.
So what we've done is we've ploughed it. So we ploughed it then, it creates a little bit of drainage, let the water go, and it should be far better. So this morning we had a bit of a special guest here arrived onto the farm. We have Andrew Ward from WardysWaffle.
That's right, Paul.
You're very much welcome to Finnegan's here.
Thank you. I watch your videos all the time as well, and I thought we can't come to Ireland without coming here.
Yeah.
And we're here in Ireland talking about liquid fertiliser with Omex.
Yeah, seeing you down in Tipperary.
That's it, Tipperary, and been quite a few different, had about 6 different meetings talking to farmers, and they've asked me to come in to talk about the benefits of liquid fertiliser from a farmer's perspective. Yeah. So that's what we're here, and that's what we're doing, and then coming round here, just been blown away by what you've got back here behind us. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, well, I suppose we don't probably show a lot of that going on. I mean, I watch you from a farming point of view because you have the same problems that we have.
Yes, exactly the same.
Weather has been terrible the last all year, really, hasn't it?
We had in Lincolnshire, and viewers of my channel will see this, but on October the 20th, we had 2 months of rain in one day, and I don't think I've ever seen our farm look so bad. and crops look so poor. It's absolutely horrendous, and it's not just me, the whole country, wherever you go up and down on the train, the whole of England, the crops are looking really bad.
Yeah, well, we don't have to go to England to see crops looking bad, because we have those as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're on a potato harvest here, we probably only have 50% out of it, so it's going to look at a lot of problems ahead. But like any other year, it does get done.
Can
we get sorted.
Can I have a request, please, next time? Please do not send us your weather, because that is what we've got at the minute.
Yeah, well, generally what happens is, because we're East Coast, the weather by the time it comes from the west, it runs out.
It runs out.
But this time we let it go over and we give it out. Yeah. Loads of space for over there, isn't it?
Yeah. But
well, look, I'd just like to thank Andrew. I know you're on a rush now, and the guys are heading a plane. And so hopefully we'll get over to you the next time.
Please do. Please do. See what we're doing. Absolutely brilliant. Well, thank you so much. Loved it. Thank you.
I know Dad mentioned it in the workshop Wednesday, but Ireland's Fittest Family was actually shown on the farm. It was actually the week after I came home from Chicago. So it was cool to come home to it and see. So instead of competing in it, we just said, sure, might as well just host it. It's handier, save us hurting the knees and getting bruised all over. So I'll just show you a few clips of it here now. I can't give away any spoilers, obviously, but I'll show as much as I can without giving it away.
Welcome back to Finnegan's, and welcome back to the office staff versus field staff.
Find the runners there.
And here's the famous John Smith, General Manager of Finnegan's Farm, attempting. So don't forget to tune into Ireland's Fittest Family. It's on RTE1 at 6:30. I'm interested now to see what it looks like. We got no preview of it or anything, so our first time watch will be Sunday, just like yours. So it'll be nice to see what way the farm looks in the video. And from what I can remember, it's a tough course, and there's a lot of falls in it. So don't forget to tune in. So that's all from Finnegan's Farm this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all next week. Good luck.